Walter Murillo and the great Vinney Smile Chopra. Now, Vinney, you have had quite a bit of adventure. So at the very end of this call, we're actually going to look at one of your most recent deals. The deal you talked to us about last week is actually
Mhm.
coming to fruition. It's actually starting. Shovels are going in the ground. It's actually already built. You're actually rebuilding. So we're going to review that at the very end. Today
Totally.
is, for anybody who doesn't know, we do one of the principles that we talk about on Saturdays. Vinny actually breaks it down with us. He came to this country with $7. He's gone and raised over $220 million. He's purchased $1.3 million worth of real estate. And actually, it's way higher than that. That's just the multifamily side. So, Vinny, uh, this wealth principles create an awesome team around you. I remember at some point you had like 185 property managers.
158 team members on our payroll every 2 weeks. Never missed a never missed a payroll, and also gave bonuses in June and late November to every member of the team. I believe in that. I believe giving bonuses and feeling good, giving them visions, all that. Yeah.
And so a lot of these people were on-site, in-person people, but a lot of them were also international partners. Is that true?
Oh, they were mostly on our payroll. They were at our assets, our multifamily, like the regional managers, asset managers who are walking, going, visiting, community managers. They were at each asset. Then maintenance tech, porter, that's the helper. Some of our properties, we had three maintenance techs, 300 units, 400 units. So we need more of those. And then we had office manager, of course, right there, business manager, which will be collecting rents and everything, and leasing agents. Some properties we had four leasing agents. That 65 million, $67 million deal, four leasing agents, because we've got to really make sure that our occupancy is good, our delinquency is almost zero or something. And then we meet with our teams every week, vision, accountability, and then KPIs, key performance indicator factors, same time every week, with the Zoom on and fully dressed. They have to be. So every property I bought, 42 of them, I buy the brand new computers, brand new monitors, brand new everything, so that there's no excuse that the equipment is not working.
And so everyone has a camera. I like it. So Vinny, we're going to dive into this. So entrepreneurs who are scaling up, who are at that size where they're pulling in $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. Some of them are pulling in 8, 9, $10 million. They have this problem. People who have no team have this problem. The company grows to the size of the team or the quality of the team. So you have 10 different tips you gave me. One is get the right people in the right seats. The second one is clarity of vision. You just kind of touched it. The third was use the accountability chart. This is something I've only ever heard Brian Kent talk about. What is the accountability chart and why is it so relevant to scaling up the business?
See, the thing is, buck stops for sure with me, CEO, but I need to delegate that responsibility and accountability in each of my departments. Each property accountability lie to the number one person there, that's community manager. And then the asset manager and regional managers, all them. But the key thing is the vision needs to be transformed into their thinking, why they need to hire the right people underneath them, why they have to make sure the campus is clean. Hold on. I used to have maintenance person start from the left in the morning, 7 o'clock, and a porter or helper start from the right. And any, garbage or things or like that, the property needs to look great. And then when the manager comes in, the leasing agent has to open up the lights of the leasing model, because you cannot take a resident and go there and then you start opening up all these things. No, 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 no. You don't do that. You get it prepared. So those are the things I used to teach. I used to demonstrate in my meetings physically and record them. So it's very important that we drop the accountability to the person who should be responsible. And we have hired them for the right reason. 65,000 I was paying them, right? Community manager. So accountability is very, very important to give it down, show them what needs to be done, and they should know it. With 20 years of experience, 27 years of experience, I would hire mostly people with 16 years or 15 years and plus. Nobody knew.
I like that. So for everybody who's just listening, what he's talking about is an org chart. You have an organizational chart that says, CEO, and then it has a community manager, and underneath that there's a property managers and all the different components. What Vinny's saying is put an actual name to those
Yeah,
people, to those roles, so you know
yeah,
who that is, so you can actually go and hold them accountable to be what that role is supposed to be. The next notes, because I want to get to the property you've got at the end of this. So the next notes
yeah.
are number 4 was implement the level 10 meeting every week. You kind of talked about what that involves. Everybody's got to be dressed. Everybody's got to show up. Everybody's got to have the camera. And how did you support that? One, it was cultural. And two, you actually made sure they had the hard equipment to do that. Uh, Number 5 is don't be afraid to let go. You just kind of talked about you're delegated. You're the top, but you have to have the right people to do that. Number 6 was celebrate small wins, big smiles. I assume you do that on the meetings. Number
Yes.
7, this is one that is huge for people. Hire slow, fire fast. You kind of alluded to it just now with like, hey, I've got to have somebody who's got 15, 16 years of experience. But what do you mean when you say fire fast? How do you know it's time to let them go? You spent all
See,
this time to hire them. You brought somebody in who has all the right things. How are you tracking to
quickly.
see if they're actually doing it?
Corporate culture, corporate transparency, corporate enthusiasm is so important. If there is a poison in the body, what do we do with that? We go to the doctor, we cut it out, we do something, amputate this and that. I have been very, very quick in firing people in just 2 minutes. Of course, legally, you say, hey, you got to just let it go because I'm sorry, I was not able to really communicate what's needed of your job. Nothing against you, nothing against you. But for this particular position, you are not showing me the results. I have kept you for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 months. We used to have a trial period, right? In 3 months, we can fire them quickly. So I told my managers, hey, 3 months, that's 90 days, a lot of time for anybody to learn the business. They should have experience, first of all. But if they're not doing it, let them go. We are not the right fit. Secondly, if I find somebody is very negative, cutting down other people, the morale is down and they're not enthusiastic, they're late to their, coming to the desks and they're not smiling and they're not talking to the residents right. Let them go. You got to cut the poison out. Nip it in the bud is my thing. Nip it in the bud so that you don't spoil your rest of the organization.
Just like an orange. If you leave that orange in there too long, everything starts getting blue. So the next one, number 8, kind of ties into this. Keep coaching and growing as part of the theme. How do you implement that? Because I know I say it often. I have a partner of mine who has 115 staff members for her franchise. And I tell her all the time, it's all about culture. It's all about culture. It's all about culture. And I think she hates that word now. So what culture is different when it's coaching and growing? Like how do you get that coaching and growing culture into the company so that people are constantly doing better?
See, the thing is, you got to really let your team members to grow professionally, personally, and send them to seminars and let them take tests and pay for it from the company. It's an expense. So what? But that expense is the best investment you will put into your team members. I never say employees, team members, and they will feel so adhered to you. They will see that they are growing better and better and better because of you, who you are. And that goes a long way. So I really believed in training myself, learning the situations and doing live trainings or having the leasing people who are doing great job to demonstrate on the Zoom how they approach it so that everybody else is watching it in the live meetings. That's what I always have done. Role playing is a big, big role. And if they don't know how to do it, you find out how to do it and do it for them, or managers can teach those with the experience and so on. So it's very important to grow them professionally and, let them move up in the organization. See, people like to give their best if they are enjoying what they are doing, and they see light at the end of the tunnel, that they could be upgraded. They could be moved up in your organization.
So leaving room for people to grow, leaving the path open. I think it goes back to that chart. You can see this is what is above you, and it gives you a path to go there. And then the coaching component. Number nine, you said build culture through repetition, not perks. Now you did mention
Oh,
that you do provide some perks, but what is this? Oh, I see your notes. Choose one person this month to
401k,
mentor.
401k, insurance, and bonuses. I always felt that, why would people stay with Monil brand, Monil companies, all different assets, if I offer them good package? See, sometimes CEOs, all of us want to cut down expenses, but payroll should be very, very optimum so that you don't lose people. After you train them, you don't lose them to the competition who pays them dollar more or something. I'm so happy to declare right now in publicly, lots of people would cry when I sold my assets in Houston, in San Antonio. They would cry. They say, Vinny, when are you going to buy new ones? We want to come and work for you. That is a good feeling. That's a really good feeling, honest feeling, that you feel that your team members feel regard so much that they want to work for you again and more and so on. So it's been a pleasure. It's really been a mind blowing why and how I built those kind of cultures, in my organizations. But it takes effort. It takes money, it takes time, it takes effort and big vision to communicate what you want to accomplish.
You just gave me the 10th one. So nine was build culture through repetition. You also mentioned organizing meetings or recognizing one person who lived that core value each week. But number 10 is your business will only grow as fast as your team grows.
Yes,
I know you've
yes.
seen this in a lot of your students, and I know I've seen it in a lot of people I've worked with, investors, that they're at a capping point and they're saying, I can't take any more on because there's some sort of flaw in the team itself, whether it's in the acquisition side, whether it's in the disposition side, or it's in just usually it's in the management. Getting up to occupancy. You had four leasing agents. That's something that I don't hear a lot of people talk about ever in the space. Is how much energy you used to put behind leasing. So how do you get that kind of business grows faster and the team is kind of being built without you being so heavily involved?
That is the key. The first thing I would say is I'm no magic, but the key thing is to hire the right people. Hire the right people with their vision. History repeats. Many times I've tried people that I can train them. I could do this, that, my teams can change, but people go back to the original way. So habits don't change. Punctuality, honesty, that's their core value. So you got to have core value to find the right people, train them well, and then do everything in your power to empower them every week, every month, every quarter for them to feel good about what they are doing. And they will produce so much for you. They will work doubly hard, triply hard. In managing apartments, it's a very difficult job. It really is. And, my managers would have 24-hour. I mean, they could call. We had, of course, systems where it went to maintenance right away, to maintenance head, or it went to community manager. Leasing was not involved, in the service and work orders, we call it. Work orders can be put online. So I like to bring the cutting edge softwares so that it can make it easy. Our community managers never went to the bank ever, because I would buy the scanners. They were connected to the computers, connected to the bank. As the batch of 10 checks came in, they will batch them. And my accounting department with 5 full-time people will get in real time all the deposits in the bank. We have never lost 1 cent in last 20 years because my VP of finance is just like a CPA, and she's so accomplished. and she's still with me, and she's has invested with us, and so fortunate to have like a partner who's so honest and transparent in everything, and just perfect in books, and every dime is accounted for in my all syndications, 42 syndications. And when the investors say, Vinny, show me this, show me that, show me that, I was able to only one property where we had to kind of share our we don't I asked my investors, hey, would you like to pay 15,000 to do external auditing of our books? And my investor said, no, Vinny, you're so transparent, and that's the key. For 42 deals, that would have cost me 10 to 15,000 each year for doing external auditing. And I would love to get it done, if anybody need it. But the key thing is, if you're really doing it right from the core value, then that's how you grow from one investor to 582 investors who have given over 220 million. And we raised for this deal, we're going to talk about 30% in 24 hours. I've already raised.
That's a perfect segue. So, ladies and gentlemen, your business only grows as fast as your team grows. Wealth Principle 35, 35, 34,
Yeah, 35.
35 is
Yeah,
create an awesome team around you. A lot of people forget it, dismiss it, or have done it and they realize, oh, wow, it is actually my team that's actually got me here. So, Vinny, you got a pretty good team in this new project. If you want to share your screen, I think
I would love to, brother. Love to. Oh
there's
my
a
gosh.
lot of the cool images in there of what's been accomplished. So,
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Walter.
and who's the
And
partner you did this with? Who's how'd you find them and who is it?
good point. Good point. I always like to look at the top of the top operators, which they have done really well. So this partner of mine, I went to Dallas. I've known him for about 2, 3 years now, 3 years. And I went there, spent back-to-back meetings and everything, looked at operations, and he's got $1.9 billion with a B. Like I have 1.3 with my other deals and everything, 1.96 million, but he's got 1.9, and he's also got so many developments and acquisitions, and he's vertically aligned. All the renovations are done in-house, managing of the Marriott, Hiltons, all these different brand of hotels he owns. They do it internally, just like me. So that's why we got going. And this is a brochure I want to declare 506C, so we could go live, because it's for accredited investors only, just like it says, right there at the bottom. So let's just go quickly. Right there, disclaimer is there. And if anybody listening to us, if you want to check out what it is about, or have a meeting with me or Brother Walter, please reach out to us and we'll give you the deck. We can even take time individually, because I really believe in doing individual meetings, because that way I can answer all the questions. I record the presentation. Always, I ask for them if you would like me to send it to you after we are done, because we cover in 25 minutes so much, and not every investor can comprehend, right? So I believe in that. And look at that table of contents, and then we got investment opportunity. We are buying this Courtyard Marriott in Plano, Texas, which is one of the best areas of North Dallas. We are buying it at 65% below replacement cost. 65% from the lender. It's a lender owned, and we are buying for only 14.5 million. That's it. And the property's replacement cost is 24 million. 35 offers were given right there to buy this, and we won. We were the winners, because we put $500,000 hard money, non-refundable, day one.
Wow.
So they tipped it in our favor. If we don't close on the deal, Walter, we lose $500,000. I've done that. I've bought deals 750. I've given in hard money, with my partner giving half. I've given half. 1 million we gave in one deal, and we bought it for 52 million, sold for 64 million. This other deal in Austin, we paid 750 non-refundable, which I bought for 34,750,000. It's worth 56 million today. I bought it
Wow.
in COVID. So I have done these deals, So and right inside access, proven execution gave us the edge. And now you can invest alongside with us in a highly barrier, high upside asset. Surgical, local demand, surging, sorry, and then limited supply, prime location. All these Fortune 500 companies, Fortune 100 companies are there. Value add will be raising 3.97 million to renovate internally. Outside bids we got quarter $7 million for the same renovation, which we'll do for less than 4 million. So
So
we
you're
are
doing it for
saving
almost 40% less than what
40% of
the
the cost.
outside contractors were going to do. This is why
Yes,
vertical
sir. Yes,
integration is
sir.
so relevant. Yeah.
Yes, we have done it already for many, many hotels. That's why we could do it. And we're going to drive higher rates and occupancy because this property is Gen 2, Generation 2 Marriott Courtyard. We're going to convert it into today's Generation 6 standards for that $4 million only. It's going to
Yeah.
blow everybody's mind. Powerful brand, Marriott Global Booking Engine, loyalty program, reputation, love it. And then enhanced revenue, unique top golf. We are putting two top golf simulators within this property. And the business travel loves that. They love
Yep.
to unwind at the end of the day, play tough golf right there in their suites, and then eat and drink and all. That will bring the revenue of the bistro even higher. So, food, other stuff, and experienced partners, 200 plus hotels. We have developed in house management of the cost control and in house renovations for large savings we have acquired. So it's not new to us. It's new to our, audience. But I've been in multifamily, senior living, and hotels. I bought $6 million hotel in Texas, Hilton Garden Inn, sold it for 12 million, as you might know, and then took the profit of 6 million, bought Wyndham Garden for 13 million five, and we are in contract to sell at 19 million in year and a half. Just year and a half. Oh my gosh. So we have done the depreciation and tax benefits are huge because we are putting so much money into this property, right? 4 million with bonus depreciation. Hopefully, President Trump will bring that back 100% bonus depreciation. So our investors will get minus K1 of 50 to 65% because all the furniture, all the carpeting, lots of fixtures and lights, everything will be changed. Everything in this hotel.
We're going
And
Gen 6.
yes, sir, we are going Gen 6, vertical integration operation, stabilized cash flow. It's already making money. So we're going to start paying investors right away, right away. As we close 2 quarters after that, they start getting cash flow, and then executive summary, just say it's 153 keys for only 14.5 million.
Wow.
I cannot believe it. I just have never looked at this big. Well, no, no, no. Wait a minute. My Wyndham Garden, 165 keys for 13 million five. History repeats.
You
But
you
hold
found
on.
a sweet spot on the market. I think that's what's
In
happening
the in
is
the Wyndham Garden, they put 4 million already. I'm putting this now, but the Wyndham Garden, my cost was 13.5 minus 4 million. My cost was 9.5 million for
wow.
165 doors. You bet. Yeah. Or the keys. So it's fabulous. It's
You're
just
doing
fabulous.
it again. It's the same type of
Doing it
deal.
again. History repeats, brother. When
And
you
I
have a
I gotta
business
say,
mind.
past performance is not an indicator of future performance, but
Yes, yes, yes.
but you know,
Totally. This is how it looks. It looks pretty good, but it's antiquated. It's old. So that's why we're going to do this, all this to Generation 6 standards for this much money internally. All these rooms will look like this.
oh wow.
Oh my gosh. This is the front of that right there in Plano, Texas. One of my investor went there last week. He stayed at the hotel across the street. He said, when he put me down for 250 right away. He says, I saw that. So that's how it's going to look like right here. This is the
Wow.
newest one. It's going to be totally amazing with top golf and everything. So year one, we're going to clean out the bloated and inefficient current management. It's a lender owned property. Lenders don't know how to operate it. They don't. And that's why we will put our leasing people, two full-time people, and they will start leasing it higher and higher. It's making $1 million, net cash flow right now, but it's going to increase to about $3 million, per year as we do renovations, improve the rate, hold the occupancy while renovations. Oh, huge. While doing renovations, we will not shut down the hotel. No, 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 no. Because one section of the hotel will be closed down and economies of scale will do the whole upgrades in one wing, not sell that wing. Then we'll close that other wing down and do renovations and then open up the new one and become the average daily rate much higher right away because of the new. So that's how we're going to do it. That's how we've been doing it all this time. Newly renovated courtyard with 20-year lease agreement we have in place already. So Marriott has given us new owners a 20-year lease already. So that's beautiful. List for sale in year 4 or 5. So we are buying for 14.5 million. We are putting 4 million into it. We are exiting 29 million in 4 to 5 years. But the brokers tell us it'll be 36 million. Mark our words. So we are underestimating or very conservative in our underwriting. So that's what I wanted to mention to everybody, who's watching us live like that. So we do very similar structure, 30% ownership, and then 70% ownership of the limited partners, ABC, just like that. It's a 506C for accredited investors. I want to say that again. That's why I can talk about numbers freely and you can talk to us individually and so forth for accredited investors only. So we got this much we are raising. I'm raising half. My partner is raising half. And this is our loan. We already got the loan planned and everything. So we have 3 different structures. We're 100,000 investor, 250, 500, right there. Marriott brand is amazing. It's a beautiful place right there. Cash flow demand, high property overview. You could see all these things, right there. And then the beauty is that we'll be able to convert that into it's beautiful structure now. The bones are great. For 14.5 million, it's a 65% discount from what it will cost us to build it, just in the antiquated way.
Yeah, it's not cheap. It's expensive to build these buildings now. So
Sure is, brother.
to get something
Sure
that already
is.
exists, it's not operating, it's lender owned. That's how you get the
And there
discount.
is no land there in Plano, Texas. It's so amazing. Look at this here, like investment strategy, financials. We give everything to our investors, everything. Totally transparent, and we have the loan in place, all that. Equity, LTV, how much? 65%. So we are doing very low LTV and our investors will make like projected 8%, 8.78 second year, 10.53 third year, 12.5 per cash on cash. That's cash on
This
cash
is
only.
COC. The IRR
This
is
is
the equity on
COC.
top of it. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Equity gain is right here. 47,000 in 4 years or 5 years. So they get almost double their money in just 4 years. And we did not put the cost segregation and depreciation effect into it at all in the returns. If we add that, that will be about 3 to 4% higher IRR on top of it.
Wow.
And then we do 3 tiers. We do like this one, which is right there, 100,000. At 250, it's higher, as you can see right there. So we do that, 2 tiers. And then third one is 500,000 investors. They get better returns. Look at that, 16%
Oh, wow.
cash on cash. And that's conservative because we were blowing the numbers off like crazy. We said, nobody's going to believe us. So let's bring it down to, this level right there. And then investment strategy, all that. Top golf. Oh my gosh, that's the big one. Every investor I've shown it to, they are so excited about it. They said, Vinny, that's cutting edge. That's giving to the Fortune 500, people who'll be visiting and staying at this hotel, right from the companies in Plano, Texas and around Frisco, Colony, all these places, right? McKinley, all these beautiful places. So Dallas is number one biggest property hub. As you know, Fortune 500 companies are there, Fortune 100 companies are there. So we try to show everything in our brochure, not leaving anything, and how the migration is happening through USA to this place where we are buying this. So location, 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 I say that, right? You got to make sure that the location is great, because that's where people who will buy it from us in 4 to 5 years at 29 million or 36 million, brokers are telling us today, they're going to buy because it's in the right location. And we have converted into generation 6, and our investors will be happy, will be happy. As GPs, we are putting 12% of our own money into the deal. 12%. So
That's nice. A
whatever
lot of
money we are
GPs don't
raising.
put anything into the deal, so it's
Oh
nice to see you
yeah,
putting your own money in.
lot of fund managers and lots of syndicators don't put any dime into it, but we are putting 12%. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Transportation, all these things, lodging market. So we show our investors everything, what's outside, what's nearby, when it was built. So there is a complete lodging overview. And then we show also where we are and what's the comparison, how much the ADR is, average daily rates, and this is our property, which is not managed right. First of all, we have a game plan to make it successful, renovate it, and then increase the occupancy and average daily rate.
It's
That's
nice
our.
to see that your property has two properties that are doing significantly better, and this is it operating with lender management. So there's room to grow because the
Yes,
operators in
sir.
place aren't doing it. That's amazing.
So true. So true.
So
So
if somebody
true.
wanted to get access to this, Vinny, they could go to
Yeah, right there, brother.
vinnychopra.com or yeah, what's
Yes, you
yep.
could do. This is me and my daughter, partners, and my wife. We are boutique company, and this is my partner, by the way, Mohan Dhillon. He's got 48 hotels right now, owning 1.9 billion in completed hotels, 203 total projects delivered. All these completed 300 property improvements. So he's got 25 years of experience, and he lives 10 minutes away 10 minutes away from this hotel. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. And he's the designated preferred developer for Marriott. It's very difficult to get that. And please just text me right there, Vinney Chopra, 925-766-3518. That's 925-766-3518. Thank
There
you,
you
brother.
go. Yeah, Vinny, thanks for diving into that with us. It's something we do in the mastermind often is we actually go and we actually look at
I would
deals,
love
but
to.
out
Monday.
out here
Monday.
in the podcast, we don't really do that too often. So I think it was for because it's relevant. It's happening right now, so it's not something we
Yes.
normally get to do, but it was really nice to take a look at. This is what a team does, right? You've built a team. They're finding deals, they're doing the operations, they're
Yes.
funding the deals, they're doing the accounting. This
Yes.
is you saying, okay, I'll bring the capital, and they're doing all of the rest.
All the work, brother, all the work. We'll be meeting every week, and we are internally, monitoring. We look at the P&Ls, and of course, we'll be managing. So I could show up there anytime at the hotel, and it's your hotel. See, that's what we tell our investors also. We'll give you free passes to live, and, as we renovate and all, because we are not full always at all, 70%, 80%, 89%. So our investors, we give them also special deals so that they could own and stay there and enjoy their family and say, I own piece of this hotel.
That's pretty cool. That is something that we don't do on the multifamily side that
Yeah.
is really unique in the hotel side because you can actually go in, stop in for the week, go visit, Dallas, see all the sites, see how the
Yeah,
hotel's operating, and then because they're investors, they can contact you and say, "Hey, Vinny, I like this, I didn't like that," and they have that direct connection to you. Very cool.
totally. Totally, totally. I mean, that's the beauty of it. And 1,000 acres of land Disney already bought. near to this hotel, and they're building a children Disney, children, for the young people, a Disneyland over there. It's going
Oh
to be
wow.
amazing, like Disney World from, Orlando. And then we have Disneyland in California, where I live in near San Francisco. It's going to be right there in Dallas. Dallas is, as everybody knows, it's on the horizon. So many companies have headquarters. They're very business prone. Let's say that. No taxes in Texas, income taxes, and the good part is that the growth is growing north side of Dallas. I have heard they might be building a big airport also in the north side of Dallas, as big or even, yeah, kind of like that. Dallas Fort Worth Airport, Love Field, and third one in the north. So
Oh
it's
wow.
going to be amazing property. That's why we are buying it.
It makes a lot of sense. Vinny, this is Abundance Thursday as well, a little longer than I expected, but it was worth it. I hope everybody who's listening got some value. Like the post if you're seeing it on
Yes.
YouTube, if you're seeing it on Facebook, if you're seeing it on Instagram, give us a like. If there's one thing that you learned, drop a comment. Just say, hey, look, I like this. This is really cool.
Yes.
Thank you. The comments go a long way. We like to engage with those. I've been spending a lot more time getting back into the comments. So
Yeah.
thank you for listening. Thank you for gaining some value with us. Next week we'll do Wealth Principle 36. Actually, I don't know, like next week. Vinny, I'm going to be on a cruise, so I'm going to do my very
Oh,
best to
you
make sure I have
are?
access.
Oh my gosh.
I'm following
Fabulous.
your lead.
I love it. Enjoy the cruise, brother. You've been working so hard. We are all working very hard. And that's the key. Fund managers like you and me and syndicators, we work every day with the zeal, excitement, fun. You're doing amazing work, with buying multifamily and repositioning. I see your posts and it's amazing. And please follow my brother, Walter. I'm telling you, follow both of us and we'll take you to the next level in your success, legacy building, in giving you the greatest returns, because 80-20 or 70-30 are our splits. So everything we do, 80% we work for our accredited investors every day, literally. And sometimes we work 70% of our efforts give returns to our investors. A lot of people don't understand that. They think that, oh, we make fees and asset management fee and other stuff. People are always looking for that. But the key thing is we give, somebody gives us 100,000 or 250 or a million or 500, we give them returns on that money. 100, 250, 500, or a million. No, nothing, no money is taken out of that. It's just the deal we buy, the equity, and then the appreciation takes care of our fees. Asset management fee, 1 to 2%, exit fee, blah, blah, acquisition fee, because we got to run our office too. I mean, anybody will be really in their right mind. I've never been questioned. 42 deals I've done, syndications and funds, not a single investor. We have 1,300 on this side investors that get our regular feedbacks. And then I have 5,300 now, social media and people who have in my investor club now, Monil Elite Investor Club. If anybody listening to us would like to join, please go to vinnychopra.com/invest. vinnychopra.com/invest. And we love to meet you.
I'm so
God
glad
bless you.
that these are 506c deals because we could talk about
Yes,
them. That
yes,
that was such a when we started the fund, it was a big question. Should we do 506b or C? And the attorney said go with a B. And I said, I don't know. I can't trust myself on a video. I'm gonna talk
yes,
about things. I'm gonna say things. And today was a perfect example of you were able to talk about your entire deal without having to
yes,
pause or be concerned. So yeah,
totally.
506C is definitely the way to go. Glad you guided me in that direction, Vinny. Glad you're doing this still at
Yeah.
72 years young, still out here helping people make money
Yes,
passively. I know your workload is fun for you, and just like I talk to investors, I talk to my operators. So your capacity to keep going and doing this, I think a lot of people listening forget that if you get to the right place in a company, it can be a lot of fun. You can keep doing this into your 70s, into your 80s. Like Warren Buffett, still in his 90s, still having fun, being a fund
totally.
manager.
He's my mentor, brother. He's my
Yeah.
mentor. My grandpa passed away at 94. I sometimes bring him up, Mr. Bhalla. the key thing was from my mother's side, and he was driving a car at the age of 90 or 91 in Delhi traffic. And he kept his mind active. When I met him in 92, he was so active, straight, no leaning with a cane or anything like that. That's the vision I have for me. 72 I am right now. I'll be 73 in August. I want to be 82, 92, hopefully 102. Yesterday
102?
interview. I know with this med tech and all these biotech, whichever part goes out, you get a new one. I just got the knee replaced and I'm just jumping up and down, all that. So I think as a person, as a human being, you want to set your mind to live longer and eat healthy and do exercise and do miracle mornings like you and I talk about a lot, and keep your scarcity mind out. Do abundance mindset. Abundance, abundance, abundance. What you think it, so will be you be. And what you will accomplish is what you're thinking. Your habits are formed with your positive thoughts. And you can really change starting from this point forward, like Tony Robbins says. He says, what happened before I clapped, you cannot change it. But you can change this moment and next moment and next moment. But we got to have that drive to change. Many times we look outside and blame everybody and just be so pathetic to everybody around us that they don't want to talk to us. They don't want to listen to us. They don't want to really, when you show up in the room, they close their eyes. It happens over and over and over again. But if you enter a room with good smile and enthusiasm and you're emitting positive energy, that's what you should do. That's what we all should do.
This is Abundance Thursdays. We do this at 9 a.m. PST, 12 p.m. EST. You just got Vinny dropping the secrets to success. We got to review a deal today. We got to review 10 of the steps to building a great team, and so you could scale and grow. And also right at the very end, just pure positivity, just dissected, dropped out to you. If you're getting value, drop a comment in the chat, give us a like, and share this to somebody else. Cheers to your success. You have a choice. Always work with the best.
See you
Thank you, Vinny.
next Thursday. But
Next Thursday.
brother Walter is going to be on the cruise. We'll see if there is internet connection, or we'll record it before or after. But we'll come back to you. Thank you. God bless you. Have a very positive day today, Thursday, and the rest of the week.